I made $17,000 on a little assignment deal. $17,000 is like $17 million when you're in college. And I thought, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to go do this full time. I've got 2 deals in refi right now. The one in Utah that I'm refining, we're okay. We're going HUD. Now let's go to the crappy one. I've got an expensive construction loan on it. We've got to bring in some cash for the refi. I mean, we're 100% occupied and it's still a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
We're just in a really volatile economic environment. I don't care what the Fed says. Yeah, every time they cut rates and Jerome gets up there to shut up, stop talking, he's pushing that treasury up. The more he talks.
Welcome to another edition of Lifetime Cash Flow. I'm Rod Cleef, and I'm thrilled you're here. And I know you're going to get tremendous value from the gentleman I'm interviewing today. We didn't even realize we have a quasi-connection, but he's been in the real estate business a long time. His name's Steve Olson. Closed on tons of deals, built a ton of deals, actually had a business building fourplexes and selling them to investors, a very unique model, but done business in 18 states. And so I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, you got a great place here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're in my studio here in Sarasota. It's in one of my buildings in my compound. And it's just such a beautiful day to be. I should figure out a way to do these outside. It's so freaking nice out there right now.
It is Good so Lord. Great right
now. Right?
Yeah.
So you're from Salt Lake. Why don't let's start with you doing a much better job with your bio than I just did, and talk about you could probably talk about it for an hour, but let's not make it that long. But talk about your background, because you've done a lot.
Yeah. I'll certainly keep it well under an hour for you, Rod. But I got into the real estate business in college. I was working for one of the late night infomercial guru guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the funny thing was it wasn't to do real estate. I thought I was going to go to law school at the time. And so I had a friend making okay money doing this. And I was just on the fulfillment side. I was shipping boxes and whatnot. Started to learn a little, put a house under contract with a buddy because I thought this would be a great way to pay for law school. Right. I had not connected the dots, Rod. But I made $17,000 on a little assignment deal, and
like a wholesale deal.
Yeah, a wholesale deal.
Right.
And I was in college. $17,000 is like $17 million when you're in college. Right. And I thought, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to go do this full time. And so I've been involved in it one way or the other since then. Done a lot of development deals specifically in the multifamily space, but it's kind of unique how we plat them, which you had mentioned. We do a lot of fourplexes. I, a couple of years ago, became the GP on a couple of ground up deals because, playing in that space, entitling dirt, developing it, you learn a few tricks. And so raised some money from some investors and did a few of those as well.
When you say ground up deals, talk about what they were specifically.
Build for rent townhomes.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So similar to the fourplexes you sold to investors, you just build to rent townhomes.
Exactly. Did the whole project with one investor structure as opposed to chopping it up into quads.
I see.
Right. And selling it off to individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're a GP. And has it been primarily building then? It's not buying existing. Okay.
Yeah. New construction has been my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've done this in 18 states?
I have developed in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 states.
And then we've brokered in the rest.
I see.
Right. When you get a niche that's that specific, people kind of start to find you.
What do you mean you brokered? What does that mean?
Well, we've got our own show. We talk about what we do, and people will approach us and say, I've got a fourplex project, or I've got this or that. Can you help me?
Okay.
And so we've put together a number of deals via that method.
Someone else is building it and you go in there and you help them sell it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're so specific that when somebody hears us and they've got dirt that's kind of platted for this stuff, they call us a lot.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's something I'd actually love to do, candidly. I'm trying to get my son to get his GC license because, pricing is, it's coming down. I mean, we're seeing some fantastic deals actually on existing product right now, but, development has always been something I'm very interested in. So is that, you bought bulk foreclosure packages? I see that on your bio.
I did do a couple of those back in, let's see, this would have been 09.
Okay. Yeah.
They called them tapes.
Right. Yeah, that's right. They called them tapes. You had to take the whole tape. But
Yeah.
Right.
Did a couple of those. That was crazy.
Really?
Oh, man.
Multiple states or all in one state?
Guys,
what he's talking about is the lenders will take back a package of houses typically a tranche on the secondary money market, so they have to stay together, and they could be in multiple states back when I saw them.
Yeah.
But my portfolio ended up in one of those, okay, because I lost 800 houses in 2008 and 9. I got my ass handed to me.
Sure.
But yeah, so were these all in one state or were they all over?
No, they were all over, and it was a long time ago, but best I recall, because I did 2 of these, okay, and you would really in the tape, and it stands for something like toxic asset or trouble asset, something.
Right.
You're buying that to get maybe 10% of those houses. Then you want to break even on a bunch of them, and the rest are just complete dogs.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason they ended up on a bulk list with a bank.
Okay.
And made it that far along. But that's the kind of thing that was going on in 08 and 09.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So are you doing projects now?
Yeah.
Okay. What sort of talk about some of the things you're doing now?
Yeah, we're doing some creative stuff now. Like one of the things I really like is, and this is me stepping away from the residential side, but we're doing some commercial flex.
Oh,
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Industrial flex space. Love that. I've got students doing that very successfully.
Totally.
So you got a little office in the front. You've got some warehouse space in the back. You can adjust the size of the warehouse space if you need to. That sort of thing.
Bingo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we like the shallow bay flex, because I just don't think that they're putting up enough of that.
Yeah.
Like for small businesses.
Where are you doing this?
This is in Weatherford, Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got another one we're working on in North Richland Hills, Texas.
How many square feet?
Each unit is usually around 1,500 square.
How many? I meant total in these projects.
Well, let's see, 1,500. Each building we do has five bays, and
so you just do one building at a time, or you do multiple buildings?
We do multiple buildings at a time.
Gotcha.
What's unique about it is one of these projects we're building and developing and keeping. Right. Our capital stack.
You're going to rent it versus selling them off one by one to.
Yeah, and the others we're selling a one by one because if you're an individual investor, right, you're a pharmacist or you're a software engineer. To invest in flex, typically you've got to be the developer or an LP.
Right.
This way they can take fee simple title. They control it. It's their flex space.
So okay. You're doing the same thing you did with fourplexes. So
it's kind of what we do.
You're selling the individual flex space units to an end investor, like you did with the fourplexes. And now I remember, if I recall, because we have an associate of yours that I knew, and from what I remember, you also will get them leased, or you have a management company that assists in that process. It's almost like a turnkey single family, but it's turnkey. It was originally fourplexes, or no?
Nailed it, Rod.
I nailed it. Okay, so do you do the same thing with the flex?
Yeah.
You can help lease them?
Yeah.
Interesting. What an interesting model.
Yeah.
So you don't hold on to much of this stuff.
We hold on to some of it, but a lot of it we're churning so that we can hold. So
you're trying to build your own, I hope.
Correct.
You're only as good as the last deal if you're just spending the money, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You wake up unemployed every day if you're just doing that. You got to hold these, and it's what I love about the flex, because when we talk about Texas, and I think this is true for Florida too, where you are, two things can be true at once. The taxes and insurance are a problem,
right?
But also people just keep moving there.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so how do
you can't keep them out.
You can't.
Right.
So how can you profit as an investor? And so we love that shallow bay flex because it's triple net.
Now, what is shallow bay? I want to drill down on this a little more if you don't mind. What does shallow bay mean compared to what are the other? What is it? Full bay? What is it?
I mean, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but we're just talking. It's a small space. It's not a giant industrial warehouse where you've got semis coming.
Gotcha.
Our tenant, and I'll give you some flavor because we're just about to get COs on a building, and so some of the people that are applying to lease, we got an auto glass guy.
Perfect.
We got a boxing gym.
Oh, interesting. So he's going to have the gym right there in the flex space.
Yeah, he's actually going to rent 2 spaces.
So you can have a retail component.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of retail, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We've got a golf influencer. He wants to take a whole building, and he ships tons of clubs. He has a simulator. They film stuff, content.
Interesting.
Plumbers, electricians.
Plumbers, of course, all the trades. Carpet. Well, carpet may not be big enough, but yeah, I mean, all the trades for sure. They need storage space. They need a place for their tools and equipment.
Pull their truck in. We do the big roll up door because these guys can't rent.
Are they made for semis or not?
No,
they're
not.
not.
These are okay. Shallow bay. There's your
shallow
question.
bay. So that's probably means they're just, you drive right out.
Yeah.
Versus a warehouse where the truck can back up and the bed height is the height of the floor of the warehouse.
That's right. Yeah, you can even frame out a mezzanine space in the back if they want some extra office or storage space.
Oh, interesting.
Right, kind of a second level, but
up because they're high.
Yeah,
so you could put in some stairs and put some storage or another office up there. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And are these metal buildings you're building?
They are.
So they're metal. So they
go up
fast.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 90 to 120 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Soup to nuts, or that's after the concrete's poured?
Oh man, pouring concrete.
Yeah, you're pouring a lot of concrete. That's probably the biggest part of the job, right?
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
The rain never wants to cooperate.
Right.
So you got to get, a couple of weeks of good weather. But once you've got that concrete in the ground, I think 90.
Yeah.
I give you the 120 to account for the weather.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So are there manufacturers that provide this stuff ready to go, get ready to put it together?
Yeah, they deliver the whole thing.
They deliver it.
Yep, and your guys come and do the Lego set.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I figured. Yeah, that's a really cool model, and that's a great asset class, and it's something that's needed. Now let me ask you this from a location standpoint. What do you look for? Is that relevant? Is visibility relevant, or do you just strictly look at need?
Mostly need. On this kind of an asset, visibility is less of a concern.
Interesting, because you see them on the highways. You drive down,
yeah.
you see warehouses and things like that look like they could be shallow bay, I suppose. But,
right.
But so that doesn't bother you. No.
I think, and this could be an oversimplification, but if you're within a couple miles of a Home Depot, you're probably in the right spot.
Oh, no kidding. That makes sense.
They do tons of demographic research.
Certainly for trade. Well, Home Depot. Guys, anytime. You see a lot of big national retailers in a particular market. They do a lot of demographical research.
Yeah.
Even the fast food market, everything. They especially the big grocery stores and and like you said, Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. They do a lot of demographical work. So, okay, I was thinking it was because you wanted to line up with the trades, but you're talking about the demographical component.
It's just the need. There's small business in that area.
Yeah.
Because these guys, they don't want to rent 10,000 square feet.
Right.
They're a small business.
Right.
But the cool thing is because this is one business, for example, the boxing gym, they want 2 units. Mm-hmm. So they'll finish it out the way they need to be. Hence flex space. Right. And so it gives them the ability to go small if they need to, but we can absorb a bigger tenant if we want to.
Is it triple net?
Yes.
Okay, so triple net, guys, means the tenants pay for everything. They pay the taxes, the insurance, the common area maintenance. So really, you're just collecting a check and making your mortgage payment is really it, right?
That's right. And that's what I was telling you about Texas and Florida. They're expensive, but people keep moving. We think a triple net flex is a great way to invest in that market and kind of hedge that property tax and insurance risk.
Oh, because the tenant's paying it.
Yeah, and it's not like it eliminates it, but it just evens it out over time. Because in residential, you get reassessed and bam, your world's upside down.
So your end user is an investor to buy one of these, and then you help them place a tenant in it. You can pro forma some returns for them based on what the rent's going to be. I'm assuming they're yearly nominal rent increases, so things go up. Yeah,
correct.
You correct me if I'm wrong on anything.
No, you're getting it. Yeah.
Okay, and typically a local bank finances these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's you're doing the flex right now. Are you doing any more of these fourplexes or townhouses or?
Yeah, we've got fourplex is kind of a dirty word with city council.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just think.
So you call them townhouses?
Yeah.
But
they're
in groups of 4.
Yep.
They just happen to be in groups of 4. Got it. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's funny.
I know, it's all about your word choice. I remember my son was young and I was making some dinner for him. Like, hey, you want a quesadilla? He's like, no. And I was like, do you want a Mexican grilled cheese? And he goes, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Okay." And that's what we do to the city.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, my daughter just bought a triplex. Oh God, it's a piece of shit. Oh God, I hope she didn't hear this, but she's got it looking really good. But oh my God, when she bought it, Jesus, I've got a full-time maintenance guy in my compound, and he's practically living up there.
He's living. They can turn that way.
Yeah. But, So,
but we are doing more of those. One that's cool, Rod, is in Fort Worth, and it's in an opportunity zone. And so
get some tax benefits.
Yeah, we're building some of them to sell to investors who want something that has a certificate of occupancy, get the bonus depreciation on the books.
Right.
But the rest are lots where they can hire us as the GC, and so they can do their own opportunity fund. Most investors are going to invest in somebody else's opportunity fund, but this is one where when they hire us, because when you buy the dirt in an OZ, you have to put improvements into the property at least equal to the amount of what you paid for the property. Otherwise, you didn't develop anything. That's the whole point of the OZ.
So you're basically allowing an investor to be a developer.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah, but we do it for them. So if they've got a capital gain,
you do all the work, but they get the tax. They get the tax. So how does that work out on the tax standpoint in an OZ? I don't know that much about them. Talk about that for a minute.
Well, I'm not an expert in it either, Rod.
Okay.
We refer them to a consultant for the entity setup, and they talk to their CPA. But with the renewal of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and the bonus and those, a lot of that stuff is coming back. So the whole point is, if you have a capital gain of any kind, and this is just Steve talking, I'm not your CPA.
Right.
Stock sale, you sold some crypto, you sold a business.
You can offset it.
That money goes into an opportunity fund. Okay. You close on dirt somewhere, and the opportunity fund invests into the opportunity business.
Oh, interesting.
An LLC that is on title.
Oh, interesting.
For the property.
Oh, that's more complex than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to cost some money legal wise to set it up, but if you've got a big enough of a gain, the whole point is if you hold the property for, I think it's at least 10 years, you dramatically reduce permanently, by the way, your gains and your recapture.
Wow. Interesting. What are these, what is one of these flex space? So is it the flex units or the townhouses?
What I was just talking about were duplexes.
Oh, duplexes. Okay.
In the OZ.
Okay.
Another way to make money in Texas, because, like I said, the taxes and insurance are tough. So we get creative. We got to attack tax savings or whatever we can.
Sure. Yeah. So this duplex, what is the all-in? If someone were to come in and invest, what would their cost be?
If they want to buy one complete, it's $410,000.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, these are
And how big are they?
They're smaller. Each unit is 2 beds.
Oh, okay.
Because it's an urban location. It's 5 miles from downtown.
Okay.
3 miles from medical center.
This specific one is smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Because I remember when we were talking about what you did previously, I recall those being larger units, if I recall it.
Yeah, we have one of those we're working on right now as well. Those are typically, a 1,500 square foot townhome, 3 bed, 2.5 bath.
With a garage?
With a 2-car garage.
2-car, nice.
I've learned over the years that 2-car garage, and even with the driveway, it makes a big difference in your vacancy over time.
Oh, sure. People love that.
They do.
Yeah. Okay. So what superpower did you bring to your business? Just curious. What are you the best at, and what did you hire a liner partner for?
What am I the best at? Geez, I kind of.
When you started, I mean, were you a GC right out of the gate?
No.
Okay.
No,
so you got your GC license later.
No, I'm actually. We have one of our other guys as the GC.
Oh, so
within
you've got
the
one that just qualifies the company. Yeah, that's
correct.
what I thought about doing too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a GC for you, but what do you bring? Just the vision? What do you bring?
I'm good at tying everybody together.
Okay.
Getting them to go in the same direction.
Master. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. So, your team won't like hearing that, guys. I'm just kidding.
Take that, guys. Yeah, you don't even know why you're doing what you're doing.
The neck turns the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just being kind of facetious, but okay, so you put it all together. Interesting. That's kind of what I do too. Okay, nice.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's it. No, that's it.
Yeah.
And Tony Robbins talks about 3 different archetypes in a business. There's the creator, like in innovator, creator. There's the entrepreneur. So like in the in the tech space, you'll have the techies that come up with the thought process. Then you'll have the venture capitalists come in with the C-level team. That's the entrepreneur piece. And then you've got to have a manager leader component that manages it after the fact. And those are the pieces. But you've been doing this a good bit. How big's your team?
Well, in the DFW office, there's probably 15 people in there. Okay. There's 5 people over in our Birmingham operation. You
got something in Alabama too, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We acquired a GC out there.
You're in Salt Lake.
Yeah,
okay.
We run our lending team out of Salt Lake, and
okay. What do you mean lending team?
So we have a small debt fund.
Oh, okay.
Right, that we use to acquire deals and develop deals. And
I see. So you'll have investors put money in a debt fund, they get a return, and you use that money for acquisitions.
Yeah, and it's actually just an RIA, a registered investment advisor, that does alternative investing that we paired up with, and they're the ones that pump the money into the debt fund.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you had some experience with REITs. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, our company, the Peak Group, did work with or as a REIT for a number of years. Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Just the institutional controls that are required. I mean, you talk when you're raising money for a deal and you do your PPM. That's all to get away from the public security stuff.
Correct.
So you're in that
right
when you're a REIT, and it's just
you're in that public security stuff.
Yeah.
You're having to deal with all that reporting and all that crap and making sure you don't say the wrong thing and all that business.
All that stuff. And so your money partners are going to be wanting, they're going to want to report every time you go to the bathroom.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
Wow.
So we much prefer dealing with Main Street investors.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you were the REIT.
Yes, correct.
I got you.
The operational side of it. Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I got the impression you worked with a REIT, but you were basically the REIT. Okay. Wow. So I know you're really in tune with what's happening in the marketplace, and you're obviously a very intelligent, sophisticated investor. You've been doing this a long time. What are you seeing? As you're in some interesting markets, especially Texas. I've got a lot of assets in Texas. I don't have any in Alabama or Utah, but quite a few other states. What are you seeing in the multifamily space right now? And tell me if you're speaking to the larger multifamily or the smaller.
Let me speak to the larger.
Okay.
Although I do think that the two of them, as far as I'm concerned, are linked, because when we do smaller multifamily, we're doing it in a large quantity.
Got it.
We're in that same rental market.
Got it, but you're an anomaly in that regard. Though.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, I mean, most small multifamily operators have a duplex, a triplex, or maybe 3 or 4 of them or 10 of them, and that's it.
Yeah.
But okay, well, so what are you seeing?
We're gonna we'll put up 30 of them in one subdivision.
Right.
So that's like bringing on.
One person doesn't buy all 30.
Correct.
Typically, right? Okay.
Correct. But in some of these markets that I call them the COVID darlings, that a rush of new supply came in. You had developers showing up, for example, in the Rockies and in Texas in 2020, 2021, when we realized that COVID wasn't going to be an extinction level event.
Right.
And so they went into these places that they perceived to really need a lot of supply. And what I'm feeling right now, because I'm in lease up.
There's oversupply.
Yeah. Now we are leasing our units.
Okay.
I'm having to give concessions. You got to fight for it.
You didn't have to do before. Yeah. We are too. Huge concessions in some of our existing assets. San Antonio, and Dallas, and Houston, and
tenants have choices.
Yeah.
Right. And it's
that'll
kind of
mitigate.
Eventually,
Yeah. The absorption
and that's
will be there. Yeah.
It's kind of, I view it as like an intermediate problem, Rod, where we're moving through that pipeline. But as far as people coming in behind getting new approvals, that's a very low amount.
Correct, which is why we're going to see that change.
It's coming.
And it'll shift, and then it'll be landlord friendly again. I mean, not landlord will be the boss instead of the tenants right now. But
the tenants are in charge right now.
That's right.
And additionally, what I'm seeing too is we're just in a really volatile economic environment. I don't care what the Fed says. Ask any regular person, right?
Yeah.
And every time they cut rates and Jerome gets up there, shut up, stop talking. He's pushing that treasury up. The more he talks.
I know Trump's regretting that move. But so you're seeing a challenge with leasing. I mean, there's some other big challenges as well.
Well, and those tenants too, they're the household formation is down. When there's negative news, when there's this and that and tariffs and everybody's worried, you postpone big life decisions.
Like babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to move to a new, bigger apartment.
Right.
That stuff has slowed down a lot.
Right.
So you're dealing with that at the same time you're dealing with the COVID supply glut. And here we are making these big concessions.
Yeah. No, I mean, occupancy's dropped.
Yeah.
And you know, what I'm seeing is a lot of distress, candidly. There's a lot of operators that got adjustable rate debt in the 21, 20. Everybody bought in 22 overpaid. It's just what it is. Now, will it come back? Yes. But, you know, there's a lot of, I mean, I tell the story, I probably talk about it too much, but I'm watching a deal right now that's right next to a 200 unit we have in San Antonio that sold for 43 or 44 million in 21 or 22. Don't quote me on this exactly, but that's about it. Bank owns it. It's down to 28 now.
Yeah.
The same vintage as ours, which is beautiful. It doesn't even make sense until it's 24. We'll buy it if it gets down to 24. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we're seeing in the, you know, as far as distress. There was a portfolio of 700 units that was being marketed for $10,000 a unit in Texas.
10,000 a unit.
Yes.
Wow. Can you say below replacement cost?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like by 500%. Yeah. So I mean, we're seeing some stuff happen, and you know, they're saying there's a $1.5 trillion in debt that's hitting by next year, and you know, in our space, this debt has terms, you know, like balloon payments, and $1.5 trillion is a hell of a lot of money. And and so, you know, if you're one of these operators that's got one of these loans, you either have to sell or refinance, and neither one are very easy right now.
I was on the phone on the way to see you dealing with that. You know, I've got 2 deals in refi right now.
No kidding.
One is in Utah. It's
and you got to meet debt service coverage requirements, which is very challenging right now.
Oh, it's tough because those leases are coming the other direction now. The rates are higher. It's complete. And I'll tell you, the one in Utah that I'm refining, we're okay. We're going HUD.
Oh, good for you.
I'm actually getting cash out.
So you're keeping it.
Keeping it.
Yeah, got it.
I'm going to be able to return about $4 million to the LPs.
Nice.
That's great. Now let's go to the crappy one.
Right.
The other one, this one's in Idaho, in Boise.
Wow,
we're going to have to go.
Market.
It is.
Holy cow.
But man, I've got an expensive construction loan on it. We've got to bring in some cash for the refi, and we have to, you know, it's a conversation with the investors of, guys, we have to look 24 months or more out. We've got to get through this. I mean, we're 100% occupied, and it's still a pain in my ass.
Yeah. I actually right in the middle of a capital call on my other San Antonio asset.
That's fun for you.
Oh yeah, that's no fun. I mean, we're already up to about 700,000, and we only need 8, so we're good. But you know, this was a management company issue. This management company completely shit the bed. I mean, fraud, misrepresentation. In fact, we're suing them. We just got an attorney today, literally today. I found out an hour ago. So. But, you know, we're having to do a capital call. We didn't realize it was $250,000 in bills they hadn't posted.
Oh, wow.
You know, they were lying about maintenance and all kinds of stuff because we run a really tight ship. We get a daily KPI report that ties into their software. So we see exactly what's going on. We know exactly where we're at with renewals, with occupancy, with delinquency, with income. And what happened, I'm sorry, I'm kind of stealing the conversation here.
No, I like it.
What happened was, you know, we couldn't hit over 80% occupancy, and we thought it was an economic issue. We were having lots of leasing, but it was a lot of churn because people were leaving as fast as they were coming in. We thought it was an economic issue. It wasn't. They weren't taking care of the tenants. It was maintenance, and that's what we missed. We missed that piece. We thought it was because they couldn't afford to stay, and then that's what we were told, but that wasn't it. The rats in the buildings. I mean, it was.
How'd you get to the bottom of it?
We fired them, and then we found out we showed we had no age payables whatsoever, and we fired them, and we found $250,000 in age payables that hadn't been paid. I mean, I could go on and on. I try not to, I don't want to steal the whole conversation here, but I mean, it was one thing after another.
Well, that's real stuff.
They exceeded our budget by 40%. You know, they're not allowed to do that. So just a lot of crazy stuff, but. You know, and you know, but a lot of operators are in trouble right now. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not immune either, and But a lot of these operators, I mean, they're getting killed with it. I mean, I know you've seen your payroll go through the roof. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the trades are a lot more money than they used to be. I'm sure you're seeing that.
Oh yeah.
Maintenance guys. I mean, you used to pay them 20, 22 an hour. You're up to, in some cases, 40, for us, for a maintenance supervisor. And so, I mean, it's really impacted our expense ratios. Typically, you look at an average deal, not brand new, but a B to C asset, you have typically a 50% expense ratio. Well, it's closer to 60% now. And so, with payroll, with taxes, insurance, all this stuff going up. So, it's tough times for a lot of operators. But with that is an incredible opportunity coming. I really believe there's going to be some incredible opportunity to snap some of these assets.
I agree with you. It's humbling to see. We all swim in a current that's much bigger than any of us.
Sure.
Right. And there's just so what you're talking about is an operational issue, but still doesn't change the fact about where rates are and what the demand for equity is.
And they're just not coming down fast enough. I mean, there's a lot of talk that they will come way down again, which would be interesting.
I remember that talk started back in 2022.
Yeah, well,
still going.
There you go. Yeah, it's the same talk about a coming crash, which I get hate for. I thought COVID was going to cause the crash, so I did a video, and I'm like, the coming COVID real estate crash, and of course I got so much hate because I got that wrong. Kids love to tell me you're tired of being wrong.
You put yourself out there.
Yeah, well, it's okay, but. I will tell you this. Go to politics for a second. I think, and where we are right now interviewing this, if they reverse that, if they don't reverse that the Supreme Court doesn't reverse that tariff decision, I think we're headed for some real pain, because that's the only leverage that he has with these other countries, and I don't see any other way to attack this country's debt, this national debt, other than tariffs and/or greatly reducing the bureaucracy of our government. So we're in interesting times.
Oh, are
in this
we?
Country. Yeah.
I mean, have you heard that stat going around that even if you confiscated all the wealth of the top 1%, you wouldn't even get close to putting a dent
in the national debt,
in the debt or the deficit for that matter.
Yeah.
It is a giant spending problem.
Yeah. If you're listening and you want to see something that's a little sobering, take a look at a graph that shows the difference between $1 million, $1 billion, and $1 trillion. When you see how much $1 trillion really is, it's going to blow your mind. And they claim it's 36, 37 trillion in debt. Well, the fact, I was listening to a fantastic interview on Joe Rogan with Elon Musk, this latest one.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. It's really good. But, he talks about the fact that, when the reason that Musk got involved with Doge was he discovered that our interest on our national debts is more than what we're paying for the military. I mean, and so, these interest rates are killing it too, because, we're paying based on prevailing interest rates. So anyway, I had an economist sitting in that chair, 6-8 months ago, that was talking about this. And if these rates don't come down, it's just going to continue to increase that national debt. So who knows, it's,
that's why you see gold doing what it did.
Oh yeah. Thank God. Gold's been my saving grace. I'll be honest, because I bought quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
But that's been my saving grace.
It's an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
But it to me, it kind of illustrates the fact that, because I remember 2008.
Right.
I remember September.
What were you doing in 2008? Were you in real estate at that time or
not? Not so much.
Yeah. See, perfect timing for you.
I had a couple rentals.
Yeah, but if I hadn't been in it, oh my God, I'd probably be a billionaire right now.
And once again, we all swim in a big current. But I do remember the talk of, when Lehman went down.
God, yeah.
I mean, there was a segment on CNBC talking about, is this the end of capitalism?
Right, yeah.
And there was so much panic. Mm-hmm. But what really stood with me was, what? Even through all of that, people still needed somewhere to live.
Oh, yeah. Well, even with COVID. Shopping centers didn't get rent relief. Office didn't get rent relief.
Yeah, that's right.
But we got hundreds of thousands of dollars in tenant rent relief, because people have to have a place to live.
No one wants to rock that boat.
No.
And it's a polarizing topic.
How about this 50-year mortgage they're talking about? They've had that in Europe forever. I mean, I don't know if you knew that or not. I'm from the Netherlands, and 50-year mortgages have been around there forever.
Yeah.
And properties stay in the family typically. They go through generations and they stay very often as well.
I kind of like the portable one better, but
yeah.
50 year, I mean, isn't the rate just going to be higher? I mean, if you're
I don't know if the rate's going to be higher, but the payment will be lower, which is the whole issue for a lot of these people. They just don't qualify. But of course, you're paying interest pretty much the entire time. My son I literally just had coffee with my son this morning. He wants to buy a house. We got a baby coming. I'm going to be a granddad here in a couple of weeks.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And we're talking about getting a house. And he's like, what do you think about this 50-year mortgage? And I said, well, it's great to get started, have that low payment. Then when you can, just accelerate it, pay more, and pay it down because there won't be any prepayment penalty.
I like the idea of stretching the term out as much as you can and pay more as you're able. Then you're not locked into such a high.
Yeah.
You know what? And there's things I don't like about it, but it may be the best of bad choices.
I haven't owned a Bitcoin. I can't even spell Bitcoin, but I use it as an example of, safety and other things like real estate, like gold, hard assets you can touch. Bitcoin is air. But what are your thoughts?
I think that it's an expression of people's belief that the financial system is failing them, that it's gotten away from them. And I think you'll know Bitcoin has really hit when we stop talking about how many dollars worth of Bitcoin do you own, right? Because now it's a lot of people just view it as, it's a hedge, it's for my dollars. But the whole point is how can we streamline transactions, right? How can you do business cross borders safely, securely? And when you stop talking about I own X amount of dollars or X amount of euros worth of Bitcoin instead of I have X amount of Bitcoin, then it's truly the store of value that it's meant to be. And I think we need something like that. Although the feds are gonna,
we may if like I said, if the Supreme Court doesn't reverse that appellate decision on tariffs, that may be the end game here. Is that we go to a digital currency, which is a little alarming to me, but we'll see.
Some people think that they're going to do a U.S. dollar stable coin, and that's the way to solve it all.
Oh, interesting.
And that's going to reset everything and make the dollar supreme. Again, and just kind of reset the clock because, it's hey, any currencies that have been around, that were top dog a couple hundred years later, they're not anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And we're spending in a way that I think you're 50 year back to that.
Yeah.
Something has to change. If something doesn't change, I do worry a little bit about asset prices. But
Well, and home ownership is really dropped. I mean, we've become a renter nation, which serves me, it serves you in some cases, but it's not great for the population. And, I get a lot of hate. I get so much hate online. Nobody should have owned 800 houses. I'm like, yeah, well, nobody should stay in their mom's basement and bitch on their keyboard either. But
go back to your Xbox.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. But, it is tough to buy right now. And, I help my daughter obviously, but I have the ability to do that, get that triplex, and I'm proud of her, but it's a lot of money down. And,
what about the kids that don't have a dad that can help them?
Yeah, exactly. They home ownership's pretty much out of the loop unless they, really kick ass with a white collar job or something. It's really a struggle. So,
yeah,
I'm pleased with the 50-year mortgage. Candidly, hopefully the rates will come down and ease things up a little bit. Because from what I've heard, the rest of the world, the rates have gone down. It's just here in the United States, it's this political component that I think Powell's bringing to the game, or that committee is.
It's hard to think that that's not what's going on to a degree.
Oh, sure.
I mean, they're subtle about it.
Yeah, no.
But they'll come out and they'll cut the rates, and then they'll say, but no more cuts.
25 basis points, please. I mean, that's like a joke. That's just like a pacific, they raised it so many times.
Who do you know right now that is psyched about the economy?
Right.
Because I hear the Fed say the labor market's solid. I'm like, I do not experience that.
I'm psyched about opportunity. Okay, that I am psyched about. I think there's incredible opportunity to buy real estate coming. I really do. It's already here. And I think there's incredible opportunity to buy businesses. There's 10,000 people a day turning 65 in this country. I'm one of them. I turned 65 in January. So there's a great opportunity to buy businesses. And if there were two of me, one would be buying businesses. I can tell you that right now. But, I'm shifting to senior housing. I got my first assisted living facility a couple months ago, and I'm real excited about that asset class.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that.
We're working on one in Texas where we're going to do our quads, but it's deed restricted to 55 plus.
Okay. So that's awesome.
I think
you'll kill it with that.
Yeah. The investors will love it because those tenants pay.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right.
They don't miss a payment.
Yeah, they're not hard on the units.
Yeah. I had one here in Sarasota, had an 88 unit, 55 plus, and it was always 101% occupied. I mean, there's always a waiting list, always. And death was the only reason we lost somebody. So, I hated to sell that place. That's a long story. But
what's tricky about those, Rod, is we're looking at this and we're trying to go, what is this going to rent for? And we couldn't anywhere close
find any. Are you doing a government type?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just going to be.
This one was, and our rents were tied to a percentage of the median income.
The AMI,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they'll tell you what they can be, but in like a private deal, if you don't have comps close, you don't know. So we actually worked with a builder in the same subdivision, say, hey, can our property management company just list one of these? Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes in the door, because we legitimately had no idea. We could tell you a normal lease, but just with the construction and layout of the community, I'm like, no, 55 will pay more.
Zero
for this.
lot line, is that what you did there? Where you're taking care of the yards and all that?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those very close to here. Yeah.
In Florida, no kidding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I ride my bike by one almost daily. But where you see that
by one that you know of.
Yeah, exactly. This one right here. Well, listen, Steve, I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, I could shoot the shit with you all day.
Yeah, I think we absolutely could. And really enjoyed this, and you're doing some really cool stuff that I would actually love to be doing as well. And if there were 2 or 3 of me, but I appreciate you coming down, and let's stay in touch. Really enjoyed this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Yeah,
absolutely.